Hey guys, so this is going to be a video about me ranting about two financial issues that I've had recently, and if you guys have looked at some of my previous videos, I've done some complaining about my financial issues before as well. For some reason, I'm just very financially unlucky. This is further proof of that. So both of these cases have to do with eBay, actually. So the first one is about this Casio watch here, this Casio Oceanus watch that I bought, and I actually did a video review on this watch on YouTube. And this is a very expensive watch. It was $2,400 when I bought it from eBay. Probably the most expensive. Actually, it's probably among the most expensive items I've ever bought from eBay. I think the only thing that I bought from eBay that was more expensive than this was the Martin OMJM acoustic guitar. So really, it's probably the second most expensive item I've ever bought from eBay. And when I bought it, initially I guess you can call this an impulse buy in a way because it's a really beautiful watch, and I love Casio Oceanus watches and the way they look, and it kind of was an impulse buy. Later on, I was like, no, this is too expensive for me. I kind of gave myself a hidden rule not to buy any watch over $2,000, so this is kind of too expensive for me, and I kind of wanted to return it. You just couldn't justify spending this much money on a watch because none of my watches are over $2,000. It's just kind of like a hidden rule I gave myself to control my spending. Anyways, I returned this watch through Canada Post, and so this is actually another Canada Post issue. And if you guys have watched a previous video of mine, you would know that Canada Post has a lot of issues. I've had a lot of issues with Canada Post, especially with the insurance stuff. So when it comes to insurance, Canada Post will ask you to insure your item, right? And what insurance is supposed to do is that if the item is damaged or lost, then you're supposed to get the amount back, right? So the problem with Canada Post is that in order to get the insurance claim, what they have to do is they have to verify whether it was actually lost or damaged. So they call the buyer or the seller, I guess. In the case I was talking about, it was the buyer. So they call the buyer to confirm whether or not the item was actually lost or damaged. And the issue with that is that eBay basically already makes me refund the guy if the item is damaged. So basically, the refund came out of my pocket already, and then I call Canada Post to claim my insurance, and then they say, oh no, we got to call the person first to verify. Well, the person no longer has any incentive to do that because they already got their money back. So if the person doesn't respond to them, I don't get my money back from that. I don't get any kind of the insurance, I don't get any kind of money from the insurance claim at all. So that's the issue with Canada Post insurance claim system, is that they have to verify things with the buyer or seller, and yeah, for eBay, it's like I was already forced to refund the guy because he'll just say, oh, I arrived damaged or it's lost or whatever, and he opens a case with eBay, and eBay makes me refund him. And then Canada Post calls the guy, and the guy no longer has any incentive to even respond to Canada Post. If he doesn't respond to Canada Post, I lose the money, essentially. I lose the item, and he gets it for free, and I get no compensation. So that's the issue with the insurance claims for Canada Post, and that's what this happened here kind of as well. It's related to the insurance claim as well. So what happened was when I shipped the item back, I shipped the watch back, and I bought the insurance, right? Because it's a $2,400 watch. I buy $1,000 insurance. And what happened is this watch was lost. So if you look at the tracking, November 24th, it says recipient not located at address, item being returned to sender. So it got returned to me, but the problem is I never got it. So it's somewhere lost in the USPS system, somewhere in the US it got lost. So I told Canada Post, I expect to get some money back from the insurance because the item was lost. And they say, oh, you got to wait 60 days and to make sure that the item is not returned to you. Okay, so I wait 60 days, and then it's late January, early February, and I don't get my watch. Like, it says items be returned to sender, and I never got it. So I call them again, and I say, hey, I still don't have this item. Can I file an insurance claim now? And sure, they're like, okay, you can open the claim. So I open the claim, and I'll show you guys what happened. I'll show you the responses, because it's really kind of infuriating. Okay. So this is what happened after I called Canada Post multiple times to get the insurance claim because they lost this $2,400 watch. They said, The scan for the item shows that's in process of being returned to sender. Unfortunately, we are unable to confirm delivery of this item. You receive a payment equivalent to the postage plus $100 for the content. And yeah, that's to me that's bullshit, right? This is BS. I paid for $1,000 of insurance on this item. Why do I only get $100 plus the postage? Amount of payment is 162. This is just humiliating. Like $162, that's a $2,400 watch, and I paid these $1,000 worth of insurance on it. I should be able to get that much back. This is January 29th. So I call them again. I call Canada Post, and I'm like, hey, what the hell, Like, I want to get the full value of my insurance, at least $1,000, because that's how much I paid for this 2,400. That's how much insurance I bought for this $2,400 watch. So they're like, okay, we'll file another claim. And this guy, Olivier, whoever from the Canada Post claims team, like, yeah, we'll file another claim, and then sure, I'll wait, right? And I'll show you what happened after that. So what happened is on February 13th, this is the second claim I filed, because the first time they closed the ticket, they said we'll only give you $160, and I disputed the amount because I was like, this is nothing. You're supposed to give me back the full amount of the insurance. So February 13th, 2 weeks later, I get the exact same email. Scans for this item show it's in the process of being returned to sender. Unfortunately, we're unable to confirm delivery. And then blah blah blah. $154 this time, even less. So the first time was $162, right? And then the second time, $154. This is like, yeah, this is an insult. So it's by Olivier again, same guy. So then I call him again. This time I said, I want to talk to your supervisor. So I talked to Canada Post again, customer service. I want to talk to your supervisor. Make sure I don't get the same email again. Don't give me the same email, because I'm kind of outraged about this. I paid $1,000 insurance for my item. I should be getting $1,000 back. Why are you giving me this $154 back? The item is clearly lost, right? It's been well over 60 days. The item is clearly lost. And he said, supervisor, she said, yeah, we'll get back to you. We'll put a note on it this time. And this is what happens. I'll show you this one's a longer kind of ticket, but following up this conversation, so this is late February. So like now they said, we're giving you, provide me the receipt, and I say, okay. Then I give them the receipt from eBay. This is the original receipt I got from eBay paying for the watch. And this is the response. After analyzing the service ticket, I'm willing to offer you a one-time goodwill gesture for the amount of $400. I know it doesn't come close to the value of the item. Geez, this is the best you can do. And I said, is this the maximum? And then, yeah, basically, I had to accept this because apparently, and what I received, the explanation from Canada Post is that the insurance that I paid, the $1,000 insurance that I paid was for the delivery of the item to the original address. It does not cover the return of the item. And that's just kind of bullshit, right? Because it's like, I wasn't expecting the item to be returned. Like, I pretty much confirmed the address here. I confirmed this address actually with the original seller. So the original seller of this watch, I messaged him and I said, hey, is this the address, proper address? And he said, yeah, it is. But then Canada Post says we can't find the address. It's being returned to you. But then, yeah, it's like, I wasn't expecting it to be returned, and then you say you don't cover the insurance does not cover the value of the return. Like, I wasn't expecting that. So that's just kind of BS, Like, and I guess there's nothing I can do about it, because this is all the Canada Post explained to me is that the insurance that you buy is for the delivery of the item one way. It does not cover the return, which is stupid, because you don't. Normally, when you buy insurance to make sure that it's delivered, right? You don't buy insurance thinking that it'll come back. So I never had any chance to even do anything about this. So yeah, I mean, $2,400 US, right? That's a lot of money for an item that's essentially lost, and I only get back $400 Canadian, which is just $300 US. So I basically lost $2,100 US from this, which is ridiculous, right? Like, wow. I don't know what to say. It's just, am I financially unlucky or something like that? Like, I sent the item back. I never expected it to be returned to me, and it got lost. And then Canada Post, after like basically 3 or 4 times calling their customer service, in like 2 months of back and forth, they just said, "Oh, we'll give you the $400 because that's the best we can do." And technically, the insurance doesn't cover the return, which is stupid because I never expected it to be returned. So that's the first thing. The second thing is another eBay case. So I sold this watch on eBay, this phone on eBay. So my Samsung Galaxy Fold 4. This phone is a phone that I've done a review on before. It's been my main phone for over a year. Unfortunately, the hinge broke, and yeah, the inside screen no longer works. And so I decided to sell it for parts. I listed it. The condition was for parts or not working. It specifically was for parts or not working. And you can see the title here. It says hinge does not open fully. And so the buyer messaged me. So the guy bought it, right? I listed this for a lower price, right? It's $300. Normally a Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 would be $700, right? I listed it for $300 because it's in this condition. I put it in the description, and I put it in the condition. I put it in the title. Hinge does not open fully, inner screen does not work. The buyer messaged me after he bought it, and he said, "Hey, the inner screen doesn't work." And I said, "Yes, that's exactly why I posted it in the description." And then he's complaining about the inner screen not working, and I was like, come on, this is what I said in the item description and the title and the condition. Did you not read it when you bought it? And then he wanted to return it. And I was like, no, I'm not going to accept this return because I'm on my honeymoon. I can't be like accepting an eBay return while I'm on my honeymoon. I'm not even there. So he basically opened a case for eBay to return the item. And I didn't respond to this case because I was on my honeymoon, and I thought it was ridiculous that I have to accept this return because he didn't read the description. Like, I can't accept any returns. I'm not even there anyways to accept the return. And it's his fault that he didn't read the description. And then I offered him a partial refund. I said, I'll give you a $50 refund. I can't give you a bigger refund because I'm already selling the phone at a low price, and the outer display still works. So, I mean, it's still like a kind of functioning phone. It's just that the inner screen doesn't work. The hinge doesn't open, but sure, you can still use the outer screen, right? So, I mean, I'll give you a $50 refund. And he declined the refund. He declined the partial refund. So the case remained open, and it was put on hold by eBay. And then just a few days ago, case was resolved, and it was resolved in the buyer's favor, and they forced me to refund the buyer the full amount of the phone, and the buyer did not have to return the phone at all. And I was outraged. I was like, this is bullshit, right? Like, I never got this phone back, the buyer didn't return it, and I have to refund him the full amount. That means he gets to keep it for free. So I appealed it. I said the buyer didn't return this item, and secondly, the item was listed in the for parts not working condition. It was advertised in the headline that hinge doesn't open fully, and the buyer complained that the inner screen doesn't work, but this was mentioned in the description. Like, he bought it knowing this because I was already very clear in the description and the title that it wasn't working. So I shouldn't have been forced to refund the buyer the full amount. And their response was this. They said, yeah, it was placed on a 5-day hold, and apparently during this 5-day hold, I was supposed to send the buyer a return label. So yeah, during this 5-day hold, I had to send the buyer a return label, and apparently, if I don't send the buyer a return label, then he gets it for free, essentially. So, yeah, like, this is so stupid. Like, says, we suggest not providing free returns, provide a 30-day return policy to qualify using the partial refund tool. The thing is, I listed the description as is. The description was as is, so you're not. Yeah, I said no returns, and it's stupid. Like, the fact that he didn't read the description properly, and he didn't even return the phone. I offered him a partial refund, which he declined, and then eBay forced me to refund the guy without even getting the phone back. So he basically got it for free. I also complained on this on Reddit, and everyone on Reddit was basically roasting me, saying that, oh, you're an idiot and stuff like that. It's your fault. You ignored the case and stuff. Yeah, okay, I get it. I guess it's my fault that I ignored the case. But is this really fair? Like, just because I didn't send the guy a return label in time, he gets it for free, and I lose my money? Like, that's to me, I don't know, like, it should be more lenient, I guess, but I guess they're very strict about this. So yeah, I guess the lesson learned is that you have to respond to a case. You have to give the guy a return label because it's under the eBay money back guarantee stuff. That means even in the description, even if you say no returns allowed as is, you still have to accept a return. So yeah, that's kind of stupid to me. I would have to pay money out of my own pocket, right, to send him a return label, and I didn't want to do that. Plus, I was on my honeymoon, so I didn't have time to respond to this case. But yeah, that's basically how I lost a bunch of money. I lost $2,400 in total. Actually, it's pretty much the value of this watch, because $2,400 because the Canada Post lost this watch, and they only gave me a $300 US kind of compensation for it, which to them is a goodwill thing because they didn't even have to do that, I guess. And then this $300 was lost too because I ended up losing this phone for free. Like, I ended up giving this phone for free to this guy because I didn't respond to the case on time. So this stupid. Anyways, I just wanted to complain about this. I rant about it because yeah, both of these are kind of eBay related cases. Actually, the first one is more Canada Post related. The second one is more eBay related. But yeah, just showing you guys the amount of financial bad luck that I get. So anyways, hopefully this won't be happening too much more in the future, but who knows. If it happens again, I'll definitely make another video about it. But it just seems kind of ridiculous to me. First, Canada Post doesn't offer me compensation. The insurance only works one way, and it doesn't work for the return, even though I was never offered to have insurance for a return. It seems stupid to me anyways, because it's their fault. They lost the item, and they give me like a pretty much very small amount of compensation for it, even though it's their fault. And they don't give me the whole value of the insurance claim. So what's the point of buying insurance then, right, if they're not going to give you back? So far I bought insurance. All the items I bought insurance for Canada Post, they never amounted to anything. I was never able to claim it. They broke a guitar. I never got the money back for that. They broke an amp. I never got the money back for that. And now they lost a watch, and I never got the money back from that. So 3 cases I've had for insurance claims, and all of them I never got anything back. So from here on out, I'm probably not going to buy any more insurance when I ship with Canada Post, because it's not like they honor it anyways. So yeah, it's like you don't get anything back anyways from them. They make it really difficult. They have to call the buyer, confirm with the buyer. In this case, it doesn't work if it's a return. Like, so many like edge cases they can use to make it so they don't have to give you compensation. So anyways, ridiculous. And then the second lesson I learned is to always respond to a case on eBay. If you don't respond to a case, then it's always decided against you. You lose, basically. If you don't respond, you lose. It's pretty much that simple, is what the people on Reddit said. So yeah, lesson learned, I guess. That's it, guys. Just wanted to do a little bit of ranting. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. As always, these financial issues keep plaguing me. Yeah, I just can't believe this stuff. This is just so much bullshit for me. A lot of financial crap happening to me all the time. Anyways, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Just wanted to rant.